Noxiddar! By the Port Authority of the YouTube comment section, I'm here to bring you in. And what is it, pray tell, that I have done to cause such egregious offense in the eyes of the law? You have, on many occasions, failed to yield to the natural progression of the story. You have let events unfold without pausing while you went on with your monologue like some kind of evil madman. And this has to stop now. You want me to pause now? Well, that's funny. There's really nothing more I can add. Not right now, anyways. Continue. You're coming with me, whether you like it or not. I am the authority around these parts, and you will do as I say, like it or not. Well, between me and you, there's a might problem with that. You see, I have a real problem with authority, being told what to do. It just so happens I have a way around it. I, Noxiddar. We don't quite have a budget for sound effects yet. I'm a pirate.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to our episode 5 reaction of One Piece. Before we get any further into the video though, I didn't want to let another video go by without saying this in person. I've said it to a lot of people in the comments, but I really want you to hear it straight from me. One of the things that I'm so grateful for is just how welcoming and inviting this community has really been. It has completely blown me away. And in the 6.5 years that I've done YouTube, this is just going on this journey with all of you has been amongst the best, the best memory that I've had on YouTube so far. So today is going to be what I would like to call my batch recording day. I want to do several videos. So if you see me wearing the same clothing from one video to the next, it's not just because I didn't shower, it's because it's the same day. You might see a progressively sweatier and oilier, that's a hard word to say, you try saying it, oilier, Noxiddar, but also the ramblings might just grow progressively more incoherent. Right now I'm doing it like I'm doing it really old school, like I did back in 2017 when I first started. It's like record, edit, upload to YouTube, sit on it until the next video and do it all over again. And that's fun and all, but I got a lot of ground to cover. And so with this, I'm not trying to race to the end, but I do want to have a comfortable amount of time where I can, you know, watch a little bit more ahead and not be so focused on the YouTube grind element of it. And I think it'll just make for more and better reactions as time goes on, because I'm not putting it in the back of my head of like, oh shoot, don't go on for too long, don't make this video too long because you got to get it up on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not here to feed the algorithm, so nothing to worry about there. Oh that? Oh, yeah, so my phone app apparently has live action One Piece AI filters. And here you see the first character that I created, the red-haired Shanks. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I think I could rock it. I just thought it would be really funny if I actually just went ahead and just slowly upload, put up different pictures over the course of several different videos of different me as different One Piece characters. Pretty soon we'll make our own like Nicolas Cage or Tom Holland plays everybody kind of meme, and it'll just be for One Piece. It'll be glorious. So who should I do for the next character? Should I do let's see, Zoro, Sanji, or Nami? I'll let you guys choose. Let me know down in the comments, what cursed image do you want to see next? Okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and check out episode 5, titled A Terrifying Mysterious Power, Captain Buggy, the Clown Pirate. Is this the part where I hit play? Alright, so we're picking right up with Nami. Running away with the Grand Line map. Nice. Oh my gosh. So I gotta say this really quick, because I don't want it to just live in the comments, but I was telling somebody when we were having a conversation about Japanese voice acting and like the English dub efforts and stuff, and I was explaining that I'd actually witnessed like situations that felt straight out of an anime. I'd seen teachers like getting all angry at a student, and then a student running away, and their scream, I swear, sounded exactly like Luffy. And then you'd have like another teacher in the background just you know, it was those were some of the most like magical moments, were just really slice of life. But the fact that like just how expressive I found people in Japan to actually be was extraordinarily mind-opening. A mind-opening? Mind-bloat? Open sesame? Yeah, well, whatever. That was a pretty neat experience. Have you guys ever been in a situation where something just awful happened, but you're still kind of glad that you experienced it because, well, now you know? Anyways, Buggy. Let's see. I am so curious to hear what Japanese Buggy sounds like. Dude, he's always hungry. Oh, the hat. Now you've done it. Oh, jeez. I wonder if, like, how much of Luffy and his hat being a treasure is kind of influenced by, you know, the great adventures of Indiana Jones or something like that. Because I think I was watching Christian Harloff react to the live action One Piece in one of the episodes. And when Luffy is like so steadfast and determined to go after it, he makes a comment. He's like, oh yeah, it's just like Indiana Jones. And when he said that, I thought about it and I go, yeah, I could definitely see some inspiration pulled for Indiana Jones. 100%. Yeah, they're killing him all right. That's really interesting because she seems so reluctant to have anything to do with Luffy in the live action at their first meeting. She actually was annoyed. And maybe we'll see that. I kind of feel like her character is gonna have like a... I don't know how to describe it. Like when you're on a roller coaster and you go on the bunny hills. It's like very up and down. Very, very fast. A lot of shifts. But maybe not. Maybe she's consistently wanting to... I mean, I guess it would be fair to say that right now she definitely wants to exploit the usefulness of Luffy. And like most people, you know, I have a feeling you gotta be careful what you wish for. By the way, how's my pausing? I should get that as a bumper sticker for my car. What do you guys think about that? Oh, here we go, Buggy. Oh, hold on. I'm really trying to think about like how I feel about that. I know I love it. I love it. I love it. But like how, you know, because Buggy, is it Jeff Ward? I don't know. I don't know him on a first name basis, so he might take offense if I called him Jeff. It might be Jeffrey. It might be Joffrey for all I know. I don't know. His voice and his vocal work was so clean, and almost normal. But I think that was also very effective because like when he would get into his buggy tone, it was very menacing. And what's interesting about this is it doesn't like build to that point. It starts menacing because he goes from like this grating kind of sound to like this sweet pickup, and I like it. It's like it reminds me of every time I've ever picked up a violin to try to play it, and you watch an accomplished violinist pick up that thing, and it just makes this sweet musical note, and then I pick it up, and it is just it is kind of like that, isn't it? And it feels like he's being pulled apart. You know, he's really concentrating on keeping himself together, and then when he has those moments where it squeaks, it's like boop, things are popping off. He's popping off at that point. Just listen for it and see if you agree. It might be different for you. Your mileage may vary. Yeah, oh, that's so cool. I mean, it sounds awful to explain it this way. He sounds like he's in perpetual pain with his delivery. Now, granted, this guy is giving him some very annoying news, so that might do it. That might cause some discomfort. It's musical. It's like, you know what it is? It reminds me of like those weird horns that like a clown would honk. And the weird like kind of sound that they make. It's almost like a honk in there, or like a bugle, like a horn. Kind of traditionally a sound that you hear in like comedy and circus music. So to actually hear a person kind of almost emulate that with their voice acting performance is magical. And I'm gonna stop pausing for a little bit so I can really just enjoy listening to this delivery. Hey, a jester from Kiss. Oh, here we go. I was not expecting that sound to come out of his mouth. Yeah, he's like a car horn going off. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's interesting that she very clearly states her goal, I guess, just right off the bat. You know, it took us to the last episode, right? Maybe the 7th. Like the end of the 7th episode to even find out really what Nami's overall like motivation was. So here we are in episode 5, and she's very clearly stating it. Oh. Oh shoot. Okay. Shouldn't have said that, Luffy. But you can't help yourself. And that's what we love about him. Money and tangerines. There is that saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. And I actually feel like she embodies that so vividly. Let's see. First, we had pirates attacking a passenger ship, and she completely capitalized on that. One of the things I just really like about her is how she's willing to just always kind of stay alert, which, you know, complements Luffy and sometimes his lack of awareness. That's so weird because his delivery right there was nothing like what I described before. It's almost like he's just like a one-man marching band and you just never know what instrument he's going to pull out next. Kind of like you never know which body part he's going to pull off next. What's that word again? Flashily. Isn't that how Popeye laughs? Or is that SpongeBob? No, I think SpongeBob's more like, oh, Gary, you're my best friend. Yeah, okay. I want to celebrate flashily. Can I do that on YouTube? Ooh. It's not freedom he's after, it's just food. Respect. Yeah, wow. He loves his job, and you know what? No one can really hold that against him. Yeah, I love how playful his delivery is, this Buggy. I'm going to talk a lot about just the voice actors, I think. Because these performances are so unique. So we don't get to see it in the live action, but would you say and assume that the destruction we see in Orange Town was also from the Buggy Dama? I think it's a fair assumption. Ah, flashy. Got it. Man, that's so crazy because he went from like that that kind of what's the word, like fry in his voice to like that sweet, smooth, like playfulness and maliciousness that leads to deliciousness. So like I want to go back to like the first thing that it made me think of is it really sounds like a person being pulled apart, and now like with that delivery, you know, at first I was thinking like the physical anguish, but now it really seems like it's almost like a split personality and all these things just coming together, and you know, very evocative of his devil fruit power of being able to just like, you know, separate into like so many different pieces. And so here we see even within the structure of a sentence just separate into so many different personalities. I'm really impressed with this. Wow. Them chanting that is giving me like the Last Samurai vibes. Ute! Ute! Oh man, this is gonna be so weird because I'm gonna find references to things that Oda's creating, and then I'm just like finding my own references alongside this. This is gonna be such a unique experience, let me tell you. Nice. Oh gosh. Now that's impressive if you even surprise Luffy with your action. It's kind of established that like people can say things and entirely unfaze him. So for him to kind of like stop and take stock of what just happened, that's actually kind of impressive. Well played, Nami. Sure it will. That's why they call it apologizing. That's interesting. They revealed so much. Killer Flashly? Oh my gosh. There he is. We actually see Luffy kind of worried, kind of sweating. I didn't really expect to see that, kind of just based on some of the initial things that I saw with Luffy. Really, the only time I ever saw him kind of seem out of sorts was when he was a child, and you know, for a good reason. Like, you know, he's naive, and kind of one of the things they hit on in the live action is like, you just don't understand the way the world works. Yeah, I would be this happy to see Zoro. I love Zoro. Oh yeah, having second thoughts now, huh? Did you guys hear that? A child's voice. I want to go back to that one more time. A child's voice just came out of Buggy's mouth. And this is kind of what I was talking about, is it really feels like he's split personalities for the Chop Chop Devil Fruit. I wonder if that's always just been part of Buggy's character, or if maybe that's something that's like accentuated with the power of the Devil Fruit. I think it's right here. Let me try it. Oh, that's so cool. Classic, showing it in the shadow. Oh, the sound effects are so good. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Oh my gosh. So now we have two devil fruits. Two devil fruit powers, sorry. Right? That's incredible. The anime that I had watched before going to Japan, I always thought that was weird, the way like people fell over sideways, and then I actually went to Japan and people do that. So I learned this one phrase when I was in Japan as a teacher, and every time I would show up to one of my schools, of which I taught at 5, the Ego Tanto sensei, the person who is kind of the head of like the English Ibunka cross-cultural studies, Ibuka-kan, is that what it's called? She or he would come up to me and they would kind of ask me like what the plans were for the day. Now, typically, I was almost more like a game designer, because all of my lessons and the target language used to teach English always circulated around like a target phrase, like what do you want to be, or what time is it, things like that. And I learned this phrase because I wanted to tell them that I wanted to wing it, and I wasn't sure like what the equivalency was. And one of my friends had told me to tell them "ikiatari batari," and it's my favorite phrase in Japanese. And so, you know, they would always say, "Teri sensei, do you have a plan for today?" And I'd look at them and I'd say, "Ikiatari batari," and they fall over sideways. Couldn't imagine somebody wouldn't have a plan. Oh man. Okay, let's get back to this fight scene. I really want to see this, but yeah. So I knew it was gonna happen at some point, and I knew I was gonna have to comment on it because it's so funny and it's always unexpected, even when people in Japan would do it. Come on, man, he's putting on a show. Hear him out, listen to him. That's great. I love that last scene, lighting the cannon, pointing the cannon at Buggy and crew, because it is like very much, it is very much exaggerated. It reminds me of that scene in like Austin Powers when he's on the Zamboni on the ice and he's, get out of the way, get out of the way. Or was that Deadpool? Did it happen in Austin Powers too? I know there was like there's a steamroller, but yeah, like the guy just took forever and he sat there. Ah! It kind of just reminded me of that. All right, so that's episode 5. I'm not gonna lie, episode 5, that was a lot of fun. I had so much. I didn't think I was really gonna focus on Buggy as much as I did, but I genuinely loved that voice work. It's a good question. Oh.
Roronoa Zoro no kumi, watashi ga totte mo.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Oh my gosh, it bit his face! Right. Oh my gosh, that makes me think of some of the videos I'd seen where wasn't like a service member killed in action and his the service dog had survived and would like just like mourn at his grave. You know, it's kind of interesting, the kind of connection that animals can have with us. There definitely was a dog I remember that people pointed out, and so this must be the dog that they're referencing from the live action. That distinctly human sound coming out of that dog is quite unnerving. But it's interesting that we're hitting on the topic of treasure again, and yet another instance where treasure is something that doesn't have any real intrinsic value. A lot of the treasure that we have has more sentimental value, you know, guarding a pet food store or a straw hat that is, you know, more precious than anything to its former owner. I think the only person actually chasing treasure of a real value right now is Nami. That's really interesting. It's interesting that for a show about pirates, the treasure that has been hinted at so far here in now episode 6 is really more of a sentimental nature, and I think that says a lot about, you know, the kind of pirates, quote unquote, that we're dealing with Luffy and crew. And I bet you anything Luffy understands that more than anybody here. See, he's not faced by that, but he was faced by a cannon pointing at him. There you go. Appeal to his senses, Luffy. Moji. Luffy has every right to question how weird this guy is, and you wouldn't think so, being a boy with the ability to just, you know, stretch with this inhuman strength as well. But yeah, man, if you want to style your hair like, and you go out in public like that, you got to be prepared for public scrutiny. It is what it is. Why's my face red? Is it really just because of the screen? Wait, hold on. Did he say that lion's name is Richie? Lionel Richie? Another reference, perhaps? Oh no, it's gonna make me laugh every time too. I just decided our purpose. Yeah, there you go. Had nothing to do with trying to eat a bird out of the air. Dude, they know exactly what they're doing. The Oji-san accent, the sentimental music. I'm telling you right now, that xylophone, it'll get you. No, don't do it. We can't. Don't. No. Don't. This bag is too big for you, Shushu. I'm not gonna lie, they almost got me there. Oh great, orange and red now on my face. This is great. Oh shoot. That was probably some of the most effective use of flashback I've seen so far in the show. And I actually think that so far, I think One Piece does, like flashback episodes very, very tastefully. Now maybe, and maybe this is like an exaggeration in my mind, but I remember watching other shows. They dragged on so much, they took away from the actual tension that was happening in the moment. Like someone's coming in for like a death blow, and then all of a sudden it's like them as a kid alone in the rain. And it was like, oh yeah, my second cousin twice removed from my mother's grandmother's side gave me this pocket watch that has so much value to me, and it teaches me the moral lesson that even when bad things are coming my way, I should really take time to stop and appreciate where I've come from. So that's gonna ruin this next moment, I can tell already, having that fresh in my mind. Yeah. Memento, that's a good word too. I love how they focus on this shot, and you know, you don't even see a quiver, nothing moves. It's a static image, but it's so effective and it says so much. And I really do feel like the moment that mayor mentioned treasure, that Luffy made that connection with Shushu. And so when he's listening to people state their dreams, I think he has this very same focus where he is an observer. But it does make me wonder, like, what really is going through his mind? Now, granted, maybe nothing, because from the way it's been explained to me is that he doesn't really have inner monologues. He doesn't have thought bubbles in the manga or anything like that either. I don't know if Luffy's ever like been confronted with this feeling before. He might actually just be shell-shocked, you know, because he's met people along the way that have dreams, and he has helped them move on to that path. But I don't know if at any point before this in Luffy's life, he's actually seen a dream come to the end of a path. And I wonder if this is actually the weight that is placed on him now. How do I fit into this, what I'm seeing? Is there now a responsibility where maybe before there wasn't? I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about, though. But they definitely don't give us anything here. But yeah, at the same time, I feel like it says so much. Yep. So I actually maybe mistakenly was talking about Dream, and I think what Luffy said here is probably even more apt. So he was really watching the loss of treasure, and you know, I wonder if he's had some close calls losing his hat, you know, like we saw a couple episodes back, but maybe this is also a new experience for him. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna kick your ass. He's gonna do it. He's made up his mind. One of the things people say about Luffy is that he's extremely emotionally intelligent, and I think a lot of what comes along with that is empathy. One of the tools of empathy is being able to relate, being able to step into those shoes and have that experience. And so now I'm almost wondering if that like genuine shell shock nature was him experiencing losing his treasure, and was making that connection on that level. And now we're seeing it, you know, play out. He's going to do something about that, because to fight back is to do something. And Luffy is not the type to stand still. And that's something we covered in the first 3 episodes. Oh! I love it. Man, this musical score is so good. When we're introduced to Nami, she was wearing a smile toward Luffy in a way to use him, you know, as a means to an end. And now she's recognizing an end to a means right here. And it's a genuine smile. Gosh, Buggy. That voice is so good. That is the exact sound. I was waiting to go do a oh shoot, what are they called? Where it's like a drinking party where all the teachers go out. Izakai? Is that what it is? Like all you can drink? No, nomikai. It was a nomikai because it was all you can eat, and then also simultaneously all you can drink. So I'm waiting outside the restaurant, and I'm waiting for the teachers to show up, and it's a small parking lot, and apparently someone had parked between like 2 spaces right in front of a laundromat, and this person pulled up to park, and they stuck their head out the window, and they were looking at me, and they were indicating toward the car, and they're like, "Ora, ora, ora, yeah." He sounded so angry, and it sounded exactly like Buggy and how angry he was right there. It's amazing. Okay, I think I'm in a better headspace now that I got that out of my system. I gotta pay attention here. Oh wow. Now he did say he wouldn't let him die, but he didn't say anything about, you know, letting him get hurt, so. I really like the focus on the theme of treasure, and I also really like how Nami almost seems like she is learning, you know, she has an extreme awareness, and it helps her capitalize at a moment's notice to a situation, but that's also because she's calculated how it's going to play out. And so I think someone entirely unexpected like Luffy I really liked this particular episode. And one of the things I feel like I'm slowly starting to realize is that we, the audience viewing, we are... Sorry, I thought about the song right there. We're experiencing this world through Luffy, and maybe that's one of the strongest elements and strongest reasons as to why he doesn't really have much of an internal monologue, and everything is right in front of him, because just like us watching everything play out, it's right in front of us. Now, granted, we have the luxury of getting some of the internal thoughts of different characters and to better understand their motivations and kind of their emotions. But, you know, one of the other things is that I keep hearing is that because Luffy is so emotionally intelligent, he picks up on these things. He, you know, maybe not to the extent of a mind reader, but, you know, things that we're like, oh, okay, I see why they would do that. Like, he almost just can intuit. I believe that he has great depths of empathy, and I still really feel, based on what I've seen from his relationship with Shanks, that he uses ridicule and probably also disinterest. It almost like he has just like this Batman-sized utility belt of responses and ways to deal with situations that best puts people on the path, well, unless they need it, to chasing their dreams, or something like that, to that effect. Like with Kobe, he used ridicule, and it was just because he wanted to make Kobe uncomfortable enough to actually stop like beating around the bush and actually just go directly to the heart of you know, what he wanted, what upset him about Luffy and Alvida and things like that. And so in a similar way, I feel like Shanks was trying to illustrate things to Luffy through ridicule. You know, he's not ready. He's not necessarily needed to join the crew. But at the same time, he wanted Luffy to have that ownership over him, his own life, his own destiny. And I think that moment that he did that, you know, and those lessons finally sunk in, is the moment that he became worthy of the treasure of the hat. That's just my theory anyways. That could get blown out of the water in the next 1,000 episodes or so. We'll have to see. But for now, yeah, like I said, I really love this show because it is just, it's brimming with optimism. And maybe it's the cynic in me. I do think that this is very much a hopeful story, but I also know that sometimes, like, you have to take it all the way to the top, so it makes the fall that much more impactful. I don't know what I was referencing there, and that's kind of dark. So that being said, it's such a hopeful, just good show, and I'm enjoying this so much. This was our first video of the night, and I will try to get another 2 episodes before I head to bed. So I better get on that. I'll see you later. This is Noxiddar, out.